Hello and welcome to Spiritual Hygiene with Josie Bray. I'm Josie Bray, your host and guide, and today we are working with some questions that some of my readers and clients and former clients have sent. And today we have a message from Janine, a note from Janine, who I believe is in Bali right now. I think you're in Bali, Janine. Dear Josie, you are wonderful at introducing metaphors that connect the anatomical to the metaphysical. Thanks, Janine. Could you please give us 3 metaphors for fascia? I want to feel my body as a fascial system. Well, Janine has taken some of my classes where I talk about fascia. You might not have, so I will describe what fascia is first, and then I'll give some metaphors for it. So I'm gonna bring out some props and toys. I learned how to do this with Franklin method, but the person who taught me this one specifically is Ann Teachworth in Florida. Thanks, Ann. So fascia is a web-like system that goes all through the body. So we have fascia, and it's connective tissue, right? It's connective tissue. So we have fascia that surrounds our bones. So it looks like that, right? So there's fascia surrounding this femur. And we also have fascia that surrounds the muscles. So we could imagine that this sponge is a muscle. Let's say we imagine that it's a quadricep muscle. And the connective tissue, the fascia, surrounds the muscle as well. Okay, now this is oversimplified. Fascia does other things that I'm not going to get into today. All right, so we've got fascia surrounding the bone, we have fascia surrounding the muscle, but then, the muscle is on the bone. Guess what? We've got fascia surrounding all of that as well. So we've got another layer of fascia that goes over the bone and over the muscle and over their fascial system. So it's like this. So here we have a model of fascia, a model of connective tissue. And you can see we've got the pink layer going over the bone, we have the yellow layer going over the muscle, and then we have the green layer going over everything. And fascia is meant to slide and glide. It's also stronger than steel. The molecules are stronger than steel molecules. That is true. Isn't that amazing? And when fascia is working well, it slides like this. So Janine's question was, could you give some metaphors for fascia? What are some ways I could imagine fascia? Absolutely. So we could imagine fascia like the mycelium network, which if you know what that is, right? It's the network that connects all mushrooms together and really connects everything on the planet together, right? We have fascia everywhere in our body, much like mycelium on the planet, right? On the planet, there's mycelium everywhere in the soil. Fascia, we have it everywhere in our body. It connects everything together. It both connects and separates things in our body. So one metaphor is, it's like mycelium. Okay, here's one. You could imagine it like if you were making a layer cake, how there's a layer of cake and a layer of frosting and a layer of cake and a layer of frosting, right? Similar. Here we have maybe the cake is the bone and then the fascia is the frosting. And then we've got a layer of frosting around the muscle and then the muscle is the cake. And then we have a layer of frosting that goes over the whole thing. Maybe it's fondant. Right? So that's another metaphor you could use. You could also imagine fascia like a bag of oranges. I don't have one here, but when you have a bag of oranges, I'm gonna put this down. When you have a bag of oranges, there's sort of that web bag. You could imagine that like the most superficial fascia. When you open the bag, then there's an orange. When you peel the orange, there's a peel, and the peel is also like a layer of fascia. When you open the orange, it has all of these little sections in it, and each individual section could be like a muscle or an organ or a bone, and each of those individual sections is covered in that, that white stuff, I don't know what it's called, but that white stuff that's on an orange, you could imagine that like fascia. And then if you peel off one section of orange and then break that section of orange in half, that orange has all these little like juice capsules in it. Maybe you've seen those before. You could imagine those like the cells of a muscle, like muscle cells. We actually have fascia that surrounds each individual muscle cell in certain types of muscles. And so oranges, a bag of oranges is another great metaphor for fascia. Janine, thank you for your question. Always lovely to hear from you. And for those of you who are new to me, it's great to meet you. If you have a question about your spiritual, physical, or emotional health, feel free to email me at hello@josiebray.com. And you can also get my free anxiety release bundle on my website at www.josiebray.com. I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.
You don't have to keep smiling.
Okay.